Hi students, welcome to the third part of the federalism. Already in the second part, at the end of the second part, we already learned that the word federal it was not mentioned in our constitution. Even though it is not mentioned in the constitution, but our India is a truly federal country. Means that word federal it was not there in the constitution. Actually, whatever the rules and regulations and whatever the words it was there in our constitution, that rules only we are going to maintain in our country. But this word federal it was not there. But we are, even though it was not mentioned in the constitution, we are maintaining the federal. Means that's why the India is a truly federal country. Why it was means we are having the different levels of governments. Okay, more than two levels of government. The balancing of power between the central and the state government varies from one federation to another. Means federation is nothing but grouping together. Okay, means these balancing of power means sharing of these powers from in between the central and state. It is going to vary from one federation to another. This balance depends mainly on the historical context in which federation has been formed. Means on which this balancing of power will be depend means on their historical consent. Okay, there are two kinds of routes through which federation have been formed. Okay, means whatever the independent states are there, they are going to group together, that are called as federations. Okay. Hmm? Like that there are the two kinds of routes to form as a federation. Okay, let us see the first route here. The first route involves independent states coming together on their own to form the bigger unit. Means every state they are coming together with others. Okay, to form as a bigger unit, to form as a group, big group, so that by pooling sovereignty and retaining identity, they can increase their security. Means when they are having the sovereignty, total power, and the retaining identity, when they are having the good identity in the world, then by that they can increase their security. This is the type of coming together federation. Means the states which get together and they will form as a bigger unit. That type of coming together is called as a coming together federation. In these who became as a coming together federation means USA, Switzerland and Australia. Okay, in this category of federation, all the constituent states usually have equal power and strong federal government. The whatever the states it was there in this group, okay, they will have the equal powers and the strong federal governments also. Okay, this is the first route. Means the first route, once again we can see, first route involves that the coming together means the independent states they will come together and they will form as a bigger unit. This type of federation is called as a coming together federation. Example of the coming together federation is USA, Switzerland and Australia. Okay, and the second route is where a large country decides to divide its power between the constituent states and the national government. In the second route is that a large country, the country only will decides to divide its power, whatever the power it was there to that country, it will decides to divide that power in between the constituent states and the national government. What are that examples for this means India, Spain and Belgium are examples of this kind of holding together federation. Means USA, Switzerland that are coming together federation, these are the holding together federation. Okay, example for the holding together federation is India, Spain, Belgium, and coming together federation is USA, Switzerland and Australia. Okay, right. Okay, we discussed that the word federal it was not there in the constitution, but India is a truly federal. Then now let us see what makes that India as a federal country. Okay, we have earlier seen how small countries like Belgium, Sri Lanka face so many problems of managing diversity. Means the Belgium is having the different language people and the Sri Lanka is also having the different language people. Okay, to share the powers equally, they face a lot of problems. Okay, then what about the vast country like India? Okay, they are the small countries, but what about the vast country? Why I am calling it as a vast country means there is a lot of languages people. Okay, here in the Belgium only 3 language people, but in India there is a lot of languages people. Okay, so many religions also there and regions also there. Okay, what are the power sharing agreements in our country. Let us see. The first, let us begin with the constitution. India emerged as an independent nation after a painful and bloody partition. Okay, India emerged as an independent country. Okay, already we know that after a painful and bloody partition. Painful means even though it was not accepted by us, means it has hurted lot of it means the whatever the partition of Pakistan it was there, it pained lot of people in our country. Okay, so that's why it is a painful and bloody partition. Okay, and after independence, several princely states became a part of the country. Means previously whatever the states it was ruled by the princes, they also joined in our country. Okay, and the constitution declared India as a union of states. In the constitution itself, it was there the India as a union of states. Although it does not use the word federation, means in the constitution there is no word like federation, but Indian Union is based on the principles of federalism only. Okay, whatever the Indian Union it was there, totally it was running on the based on the principles of federalism only. In the 7 features of federalism, we can see that all these features apply to the provisions of the Indian constitution. What are the key features? Already we saw the 7 key features of federalism, that all features are applying for our Indian constitution. How it was applying means we are having the different levels of governments, and no one can take the decision to make to change the laws, and all these things are applying for the Indian constitutions. Okay, the constitution originally provided for a two-tier system of government. What the constitution is provided to rule our country means two-tier system of government. Two-tier means 2 levels of government. The union government, what we call the central government representing the Union of India, and the states government. Whatever the union government we are calling, that we what we call the central government. Union government means the central government representing the entire Union of India. Means central government is nothing but we are representing entire India, and the state governments also in that. Later a third tier of federalism was added in the form of panchayat and municipalities. Okay, first it was there only 2-tier system of government. Later we added the third one, that is the local self government. That is only we are calling it as a local self governments. That is a panchayats and municipalities. As in any federation, these different tiers enjoy separate jurisdiction. Means every level of government they are having the different and separate jurisdictions. Okay, means separate powers to them. Okay, the constitution clearly provided a threefold distribution of legislative powers between the union government and the state government. So it contains 3 lists. Okay, in the constitution clearly they had provided, okay, what they had provided, threefold distribution of legislative powers. 3 levels of legislative powers they had provided, okay, between the union government and the state government. Okay, so it contains 3 lists. Because of that reason only our constitution contains how many lists? 3 lists. Okay, in that the first one is the union list. Union list is nothing but this includes subjects of national importance. Totally it includes the subject of national importance, such as defense. Defense means entire country, it will secure the country, means which deals with the entire country, that all subjects will come under a union list. Foreign affairs, banking, communications and currency, they are included in this list because we need a uniform policy on these matters throughout the country. Whatever the banking system it was there throughout the country, we need uniform policy only. Either it may be the defense, either it may be foreign affairs, either it may be any banking, communication, either it may be currency also. We need the uniform policy only. Means in one state if at all it is the value of 10 rupees, in the other state also it should be the value of 10 rupees. Means then only it is the uniform. For that purpose only these all subjects will come under a union list. Okay, the union government alone can make laws relating to these subjects mentioned in the union list. Okay, whatever the subjects it was there in the union list, who can make the laws about that subject means only the union government only can make the laws alone. Okay, and now the second one is the state list. What the state list contains? It contains the subject of state and local importance. Okay, in this under this state list, Okay, whatever the subject it was there, they will give only for the local, means they will give the importance for the local. Okay, such as police, trade, commerce, agriculture and irrigation. Okay, right? Police, already I explained you, okay, in the previous class. Okay, local importance means the state lists will give the importance for the local subjects, like police means Andhra Pradesh. Okay, only will give the, means whatever the policy, whatever the law we have to prepare, okay, about our police, we only will prepare, no one will interfere in that matter. That's why here the state list contains the police, trade, commerce, agriculture and irrigation. The state government alone can make laws relating to the subjects mentioned in the state list. Whatever the subject that was mentioned in the state list, who can make the laws? The state only, the state government only. The central government cannot interfere in these matters. Okay, next, concurrent list. This includes subject of common interest to both the union government as well as the state government. Okay, some common interest will be there, common matters in between the state and government will be there. About that, who will take the decisions? Okay, who will make the laws? Both, by mingled, both means by joined together, either it may be the state government or central government, by joined together they will prepare a laws. That type of list it is called as a concurrent list. Okay, what will comes, which type of subjects will comes under this means, such as education, forest, trade union, marriage, adoption and succession. Okay, both the union as well as the state governments can make the laws on the subject mentioned in this list. Whatever the subject it was there in this concurrent list, who will take the decisions? Either it may be union government as well as the state government. If their laws conflict with each other, whenever they will get the dispute, okay, in making the laws about whatever the subject it was there in this concurrent list, okay, with each other, the law made by the union government will prevail. Means finally whatever the decision it was taken by the union government, that only will be considered as a final one. Okay, right? Whenever the conflicts will occur in between the state and central, okay, in preparing the law about the subjects of concurrent list. Okay, then whatever the subject that do not fall in any of the three lists, means already we saw the union list, state list, concurrent list. Union list means, and only the union government, means the central government will take the decisions, will make the laws. State list means only the state government will make the laws, and concurrent list means both the state and union government will make the laws. But some subjects are there which will not come under these three lists. Okay, then subject like computer software, means when the, why only it was there the three list in the constitution, means at the time of the independence, our, means the software companies, means the software was not developed, so at the time they not prepared the law about the computer software. Okay, newly it was added, so it is called as a, so this not included in the concurrent list or a state list or a, what is that, union list. Okay, so subject like computer software that came up after the constitution was made. According to our constitution, the union government has the power to legislate on the residuary subject. Residuary subject means which will not comes under a three list, that is called as a residuary subjects. Okay, on that who can make a law, means only the union government can make a law. Okay, okay, the federation that are formed by holding together do not give an equal powers to its constituent units. Means already we made the, how the federations are formed, means in the two routes. One is the holding together and coming together federation. But in the holding together federation, they are not given the equal powers to the constituent units, like our India also. Thus all states in Indian Union do not have the identical powers. Identical means equal powers. Some states enjoy special status. Okay, which state is having the special status? Jammu and Kashmir has its own constitution. It won't maintain the Indian constitution, even though it was a part of the country, but it won't maintain the Indian constitution. Many provisions of Indian constitution are not applicable to the state without approval of the state assembly. If it want to be applicable, means the state assembly which was there in that Jammu and Kashmir should be approved that. Okay, then only that will be available, and that will be applicable for Jammu and Kashmir. Okay, Indians who are not permanent residents of the state, means who are not permanent residents in the Jammu and Kashmir, they cannot buy land or house here. means those who are resident of Jammu and Kashmir only, that persons only, means that residents only, they can buy the land or house in the Jammu and Kashmir. Means the person, if they belongs to other states, they cannot buy the land or house in the Jammu and Kashmir. Similarly, special provisions exist for some other states of India as well. Like this only, some of the special powers are there to some other states. Let us see what are that. There are some units of Indian Union which enjoy very little power. Okay, some of the some units are there which are enjoying a very little power. These are the areas which are too small to become an independent state. Means they cannot form the independent states. Why? Because these areas are very too small. Okay, but which could not merge with any of the existing state. Even though they are small, but they are individual. They are not merging with any existing states. The areas like Chandigarh and Lakshadweep, okay, are the capital city of Delhi, are called the Union Territories. Means the areas are too small. Okay, why? Because of that reason they cannot form as a states. But even though they are not joined with any other states also, means they are not merged with other states. Okay, the type of areas we are calling it as a union territories. Who will make the ruling of this union territories? Who is having the authority on this union territories? Means the union government only will have the authority on these union territories. Okay. These territories do not have the powers of a state. The central government has the special powers in running these areas. Okay. These sharing of power between the union government and the state government is the basic to the structure of the constitution. Okay, whatever the power sharing it was there in between the union government or a state government, it is the basic structure of the constitution, and it is not easy to make the changes to the power sharing agreement. If they want to change any power sharing agreements, it's not at all easy thing. Okay, when they can change, means the parliament cannot on its own change this agreement. Okay, if the parliament decided that they want to change the agreement which was there in which was related to the power sharing, they cannot change that much easily. When they can change, means any change it too has to be the first passed by the both the houses of parliament. Okay, if they want to change, first it should be passed by the both the houses of the parliament with at least 2/3 majority. Then only they can change any agreement of power sharing. Okay, then it has to be ratified by the legislatures of the at least half of the total states. Means entire 2/3 majority they should get to change the powers sharing of powers. Okay, to change the agreement of the sharing of powers, and more than half of the states also should be legislatures. Legislatures means those are there, the MLAs, local MLAs, the state local MLAs in the 29 states. More than half of the states they should be accepted for that change. The judiciary plays an important role in the implementation of the constitution. Whether the constitution is implementing properly or not. Constitution means the rules and regulations which was there in the constitution, they are implementing properly or not. Who is going to be observed all these things? The judiciary only. In case of any dispute in the division of power, the High Court and Supreme Court will make the decision. Means in between the union government and the state government, if there any dispute in the division of power, who will take the decision? Means the High Court and Supreme Court. The union state government has the power to raise resources by levying taxes. Okay, only the union and state government having the power. For what they are having the power? Means to raise their resources. What are the resources? Means revenue resources. How they are going to raise their resources? By levying the taxes. Okay, thank you.